So the question is, what is a camera entity? And yeah, so what is a camera entity? Well, like in a game like Superbug, right, where you have the car in the center of the screen at all times, there is no need for a camera entity because the camera's update method, which calculates the x offset and y offset, use the main character, the car's position, to calculate the x offset and to calculate the y offset, right? Thus, the camera follows the car at all times, right? For a game like Super Mario Brothers, the camera follows the character at all times, right? So, no need for a camera entity object. For Raiden, it's a little bit different because the screen is moving upward at a constant rate, right? So, but on the x and y axis, it follows the ship. Okay, so we need two different objects, right, for the camera entity to calculate the y offset. We need one object, a camera entity, that's going to fly upward at a constant slow rate, and we're going to pass that into the camera entity's update method. It will use this object's y position to calculate the y offset. Then we're going to pass in the ship, and the camera entity's update method is going to use the ship's x position to calculate the x offset. So the camera is following the camera entity on the y and following the ship on the x. Okay. In order to make this look good, if this camera entity is moving upward at a speed of 1 pixel per iteration of the while loop, this ship also has to have a constant upward motion at the same rate that the camera entity is moving upward, right? So that it won't look like the ship is being left behind, right? Or it won't look like the ship is flying upward, like forward, even though the player is not pressing up on the controls, right? So these two guys need to be in sync when nothing is happening, right? When I'm not pressing W or S, which is to move up and down, then this object should be moving at the same speed as this object, right? So it looks like the camera is kind of following this character. Okay, so this camera entity, you might be thinking, like, what? It's just going to stay there forever? Like, I don't see the camera entity when I'm playing Raiden 2, right? Well, once we get everything working, then this camera entity can go away, right? We can make his color clear, right? So he's transparent, and he won't even be noticeable, okay? And that's basically what the camera entity is. And so we're going to make that guy. We're going to create his update method, his set of instance variables, and we're going to have the camera follow this guy on the y-axis.